Hello in TV land, it's your boy Freelancer Joe. Tonight it's just Joe because it's time for Drinks with Joe. Clearly the glass is empty, so you'll excuse me while I pour myself a drink. And let me go ahead and lower the volume. You know what, we'll keep it up. I mean, it's what is it? It's copyright-free music that I'm free to use, downloaded from the extensive YouTube audio library. But I do appreciate the fact that they do have it. You know, I will lower the volume just a skosh. Maybe, if it's lowering. There we go. There we go. Let me see. Of course, Saturday is the time of week where I kick back and like to take the opportunity to reflect upon the past week, because, as Joe says, you want to know where you're going, helps to figure out where you've been. This is normally a surprisingly productive period of time, not for things that are actually done, but things that are thought up and planned and formulated. But probably not this week, because I'm going to spend a lot of time kvetching about one particular day this week. And that would be Tuesday. Now, if you were here for Tuesday, I apologize, because you are going to hear pretty much the entire thing again all over. But it was just one of those days. You ever had one of those days? One of those days where you get up and things start not working the way they're supposed to, and that at a certain point you realize, I should have stayed in bed. And it becomes very tempting not to actually go straight back to bed. I don't get those days too often, but when they do, they are, what's the term? A whale of a day? A humdinger of a day? I don't know. Barn burner? Hard to say. And so that day was Tuesday. And Tuesday was supposed to be a very good day. A normal day in many respects. I mean, I would get up, I would have my chat with my honey bunny, you know, and at work I would be my usual awesome self at work. And since Tuesday is my off day from training, I could spend some extra time after recording my video for you, just relaxing and playing some games. That's how it was supposed to go. And it did not go that way. So I wasn't able to chat with my honey buddy on Tuesday. And that's reasons. But you know, it's not enough to completely derail me, but it's enough for me to say, not the best start. And then I get in the car to go to work, and I see that the low tire pressure sensor is on. But yeah, I was like, well, yeah, it's been hot days, it cools off at night. It's one of those expansion things. And that does happen. Of course, you're supposed to check your tires when that happens, and I didn't. So I'm on the road and just driving, but the car feels a little loose. Maybe that tire pressure is a little lower than I thought. Now, the car wasn't visibly listening, at least when I approached it, so I didn't give too much thought to it, and it wasn't making noises like, you know, it was completely flat. But yeah, when I did my normal stop at the gas station to get coffee, I did once around, and yeah, right, the passenger side rear tire, I always say right or left, I don't refer to it like driver's side or passenger side unless I'm talking to a car person. but the passenger side rear tire real low. And then I take that closer look, and sure enough, they're sticking in the side a screw. Now, to give you an idea how often this happens to your boy Freelancer Joe, I have one of those air compressors that that you plug into the outlet in the car to pump air into the tire. It's real funny. I drive less and less and less, and yet I seem to be getting more and more damage to tires from roadside hazards like that. Anyway, so I was able to kind of get enough pressure in it, but yeah, I mean the screw wasn't so bad that it wouldn't stay full. So it was, even if I had just filled it up, got in the car, started up, tire pressure sensor went off again. It's like and so that was really bad, because my choices were, you know, well, get it taken care of immediately, or, you know, put on the spare and then drive around for a couple days. This is because I prefer to get my car service done on Fridays. I get off early on Fridays, and it kind of gives me a nice buffer time to go get that done while still taking care of normal business. But this was, of course, on Tuesday. The only worser day? I should know this one. The only day that would have been worse would have been Monday. And I guess, yeah, Saturday, Sunday too, but yeah. So I was like, okay, well, I get into work. I was like, well, let me call up and schedule. I'll go ahead and get it done that day. So okay, great. So that's a problem. That's not necessarily a problem. It's an issue because, like I said, on Tuesday afternoon I've got that extra time to play games, and I really wanted to play the game because the new DLC for Destiny, and if you caught my Friday video, you would have seen that I was playing Destiny 2 Forsaken. So I was really excited to be able to play that, but well, now because I have to get the car fixed, and depending on how long it might take, I might not get that chance at all. So that was really grumping me out, but had to be done. I wasn't going to spend the week driving around on a spare tire. It surprises me the people that do. Not that I'm normally a speed demon. I don't generally exceed the speed recommendation on those spare tires. It just seems like a really bad idea to spend an extended period of time on those things. But yeah, that was so I could leave work a little bit early, but depending upon the time, it was still going to push into my game time. More importantly, I go to work early, so I get in some extra time, and so that I can still leave early enough to avoid the afternoon rush hour commute. And that's also why I do my services on Friday, because I can usually get it in early morning, not early morning, but in the morning, and I can still avoid any commute issues. But since I had to get that taken care of Tuesday afternoon, I knew I was going to hit commute stuff. So the time getting the tire fixed would delay me, and then potentially the lengthy commute could delay me. I was like, not looking forward to that. But again, what am I going to do? So okay, fine, whatever. We'll get the tire fixed, we'll get it sorted out. Let me just focus on work. And I had been working on something for the past couple days. A fairly interesting problem. And I thought I had come up with a solution, and I had spent a lot of time battling things and getting everything all sorted out, and I had it looking nice and slick. And I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. It's like, well, you know, there's one other thing. Oh, I needed to check. It was something I had checked before I started. Let me check it again. Well, I came up with the initial solution. It's like, okay, that seemed to work. Let me check all of my edge cases. Okay, those will seem to work. let me go ahead and refine and create or adjust and clean it up. So okay, that's all working. And yesterday I was at the point where that looks all good. Well, let me check through my edge cases again. So one case, and kind of a very important one. It's not really an edge case, but it's something I don't normally see. It's causing a problem. It's like dig and dig and dig, and then I come to the realization that the solution I had was not going to work. A dead end. A complete and utter dead end. Just was not going to happen. Wasting all those days, hours. I doubt I spent a total of more than 24 hours working on it, but I mean just the hours over the days. And the frustration that was associated with implementing that solution, because it required me, one of the things that I really dislike doing is learning things that I'm not going to use. So, it's a lot of times why I prefer to cut and paste, because I don't want to have to figure out things that I might not have to, or might not have any further use for. But yeah, it took me most of the day to finally come to that conclusion that what I was doing simply was not going to work. Frustrating. In conjunction with, of course, the tire thing, and then not being able to chat with my honey bunny, and already knowing that I'm gonna cut down on the amount of time that I wanted to play my game to relax, because it was my training relaxation day. See, I'm saving the rest or the other parts of it for after I take the break for the intermission. Because I'm planning ahead. This is all still free form, winging it. So I kind of get a rough outline of what I want to say in these videos, but then I just roll with it, and I can go into tangents quite a bit. But I did plan on taking that break for the halfway point. I was going to talk about finding the tire, and then talk about... I'm also kind of drowsy today. I kind of blame it on the cloudiness outside. I mean, we've had... I'm not complaining about the cloudiness, believe it or not, because the past couple of days have been scorchers. And now it's actually cool. I mean, cool. Not cold, but was it 70, low 70s, I think? So, I mean, that's really nice, but I guess the darker skies, the cumulative effect of the week, and so this is kind of low energy right now, and plus, since I'm talking about something that's sucked, I mean, it's not really going to bring up any good energy in me. I mean, unless I let it get me angry, then you'll get energy, but I don't want to appear too negative, which I'm saying in a video where I'm really just kvetching. So, little mismatch there. But I can see it's almost 50 minutes, so I'm going to take the break for the intermission. And in between the intermission, or for the intermission, I'm going to have a meme that kind of shows how I was feeling on Tuesday. Catch you back in a bit. Okay, great. There's still some lingering effects from Tuesday going on here. I hit the button, and that just kind of turned the power on from standby. I didn't actually start recording, and I didn't look at the red record thing, to C for the red record thing. I was talking about this playing in the background right now is Symphony No. 5 by Beethoven, and the issues with copyrights as far as YouTube is concerned. Classical music, while the composition, I'll blame that one on the drinks. The compositions will be in the public domain because they've been around for however many years. The actual performances of them may not be. And the issue is, even if you paid for or have access to a version of the or performance that you can use, you know, how can YouTube's copyright algorithm software know that this is your free version versus somebody else's, because, you know, it's all off the same composition. However, this particular piece is pulled from the YouTube audio library, so hopefully its algorithm is smart enough to pick it up. I wonder how they would do that. I mean, maybe they insert something that's subsonic or hypersonic out of the range of human hearing that kind of denotes it and that they know. That'd be kind of cool, I guess. Not something I'm really interested in figuring out. And it's not like I monetize these videos anyway, so whatever. I hope you like the meme. That was very much how I felt. That meal was what my day should have been. And then the frustration as I couldn't get to it. I can laugh about it now, and I was laughing on that day too, but in the insane kind of way. Alright, so where did I pick off? Okay, so yeah, right. Had the screw in the tire. Work didn't work out. Work didn't work out. And didn't have my usual shot, but alright, at least I was gonna go get that tire fixed. And I was thinking to myself as I was going on my way there, I was like, hey, you know what? They have loaner cars. And you know, it's possible if they have other work lined up that you know, they just go ahead and save my car, working on my car for later, so they can get some other high priority stuff out of the way. I get the loaner car so I can still beat the traffic and get in my time playing my game. So, alright, that's a good plan. That's a good plan. I'm feeling better now. Oh, remember what I said about one of those days? No matter how many things you can try to make it work right, it ain't gonna happen. Period. So, okay, fine. I get in there, you know, take a look at the tires. Like, okay, yeah, we can try and get that fixed for you. I was like, okay, well, and asked, you gonna sit around or wait or pick it up later? I was like, you got a loaner car? It's like, let's check. I went and checked, and well, no, actually, first I asked, it's like, when can you get it done? It's like, well, we think we can get it done by this time. Well, what was it? I think 3:30? By 3:30. That's still a little late to avoid the traffic issues. So I was like, well. So they asked me, you know, are you going to stay or pick it up later? It's like, oh, did you get that loaner car? It's like, he went to check. It's like, we're not going to get any of them back in until 3:30. I was like, of course. Of course. Alright, fine. I'll just wait then. So I'm sitting there waiting and thinking, what was I thinking about? I think I was probably thinking about what I was going to be saying in the video that day. I was working out this big diatribe. Anyway, so yeah, that wasn't the greatest, but it gets better because a little while later he comes in, the customer support representative. I was like, yeah, well, we can't fix the tire, so a full replacement. I was like, great. And it's really even greater because I had mentioned before that I've been getting issues with tires a lot, more and more lately. And I actually, the last time I had to go in for tire-related things was actually in June, which was not that far back. And that was because there was a bubble forming. It was already there. It was expanding. And that one was more my fault. Well, it's hard to say. I drive that particular stretch of the road, every day I go to work. Or more accurately, I make that turn in the parking lot every day on my way to work, and so I knew it, but it was dark, and I did not anticipate that the rain would make a pothole that freaking big. But man, yeah, when I hit it, I knew that was not good. But yeah, now on the plus side, on the minus side, it's like, okay, great. Yeah, gotta pay more to get it replaced. But on the plus side, if I get the tire there, it's covered for life for any future roadside damage. So if I get another nail in it, or the bubble, then I can get that replaced for free. And that's actually at any dealer, or any dealer for that manufacturer. So that's good. And I was kind of hoping that it was actually, but no, that bubble was in the front tire. So now 2 of my tires are covered for roadside hazards. Now, so naturally, those 2 will not be affected by roadside hazards until the tread is worn out and I have to replace them anyway. And after I replace them, I think that must be a new thing, because I'm almost certain I get my tires from there all the time. Anyway, right, so I'm sitting there, and I gotta pony up the cash now for a whole new friggin' tire. To get it done, car comes out, it's good. The commute back home, as expected, hit traffic that is much, not the worst I've ever encountered, but it was, well, okay, let me put it this way. At the normal time I leave, let's say I don't hit backups until here, and the worst I've encountered, I've hit backups here. Let's say I'm kind of about here. On the plus side, it went relatively smoothly. It just took a while. But yeah, I was just counting down the meters until I got home, just trying to hold it all together as I'm rolling around into the apartment parking lot. I'm like, just focus, make sure that you park without hitting anything, and that when you're crossing the parking lot, open the door, that you don't do anything. I got it. I was like, okay, great. Now, as I mentioned before, I mentioned on my Tuesday video, that normally on days like that, when those things happen, I would go to the grocery store and get like a rotisserie chicken and a block of cheese, or if I got home, I would just order pizza. I would sit down in front of a TV, like binge on Netflix and food, and just pass out. Would not do anything. Unfortunately, because is this okay? No, it's planned. Because I have a commitment to you, my viewer, and a commitment to the freelancer lifestyle, I had to go ahead and work on a freelancer video. And if you watch that video, aside from getting an earful about everything I've talked about just now, you also saw the difficulties I had from the technical perspective about getting things to work. So, oh yeah, the keyboard capture, that was hilarious. That was just hilarious. And then whatever coding issues I was running into, I now have sorted out, so great. Now, on the plus side, even though I finished up late, I was still able to play some of Destiny. So the bookends were okay. Yeah, I woke up. I mean, so that's always a plus. And then at the end of the day, I was able to play. But everything in between. Ugh. 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 Okay, well, according to the timer here, I've got about 5 minutes now to talk about actual freelancer stuff. Oh, and then that day was actually so bad that parts of it kind of dragged out for like Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah, it was a whopper of a day. That was the word I wanted to use. I haven't had a Whopper in a while. A Whopper would be good. With them BK onion rings. Yeah, it's almost dinner time, so naturally my thoughts are kind of going to that. Alright, freelancer stuff. Come on. Contacted my client. Unsurprisingly, they were busy with the new school year, so I continue focusing my efforts on infrastructure stuff, and I've been doing a lot more things with AWS Lambdas and wiring things up. I mean, at this point, I could go with I could myself, which I guess is what I've been advertising, is that I can go ahead and create a serverless API, which is pretty cool. A serverless API, at least for what I showed videos of for sending email. But today I also got Lambdas working with Amazon's S3 as well as Amazon's DynamoDB. So that's database stuff, which is, I mean, pretty much the catch-all as far as APIs. I mean, you capture data and you feed data back out. Now there's a user management thing I need to play around with some more. And I need to refine my whole policy definitions on Amazon. And they have much more advanced tools at their disposal, because they do it all the time, that I can take advantage of. But that's all infrastructure stuff. Infrastructure in that, from my perspective, that these are things that I can demonstrate to future clients. So, I still need to, still need to upload my updated website, which also has my templates, links to my templates, and that contact form. So, but that's, if you've seen one of my earlier videos, I mean, that's a minute or two. It's no biggie. So that's pretty good. But where am I going now from here? Well, unless my client comes back to me, I'm going to continue some infrastructure things. That's why I did the S3 and Dynamo today. And I'm going to go mess around with that user management thing. And I might do one more portfolio. If you join me tomorrow, that's what I might be working on. And then after that, I really need to start beating the bushes for clients. I have one in mind. It's going to be, it's more like pro bono work, but it will also give me another notch on the belt, so to speak. But yeah. Well, I'm going to be wrapping this up now. I'm not going to say apologize. Well, if you stuck around, thank you for bearing with me for my complaining. I mean, it's all first world problems. I said as much on the Tuesday video, and I went through each and everything that went wrong, and how, you know, these are problems that lots of other people would love to have, as well as the fact that fixing those problems is no biggie. So I'm going to end on a positive note, and that positivity begins by saying thank you for joining me, and I hope that you have a wonderful Saturday and rest of the weekend, and that you'll join me later on for hopefully more positive videos. And so in the meantime, take care and God bless.